Let's talk Pacers and Cavs here. Pacers pull the upset. Now you got Cavs dealing with injuries. What do you make of this game 2 here for Pacers and Cavs?
Well, we all know spot-wise, it's a must-win, huge spot for the Cavaliers. You can't afford to go on the road down 0-2 after losing that first game there. But just because you have to win or a desperation spot doesn't mean you will win. Now, I'm just not sure I trust this Cavaliers team. A lot of people, have been very high on them throughout the year. I thought they were a really good regular season team, but I've seen them crumble in the playoffs a lot, and I expected it to happen here. I was on the Pacers in game 1. I think the Pacers are live again here in this game. I mean, you have a few of the main players for the Cavaliers not around that shoot around today, and very well could miss the game. Mobley, Hunter, Garland, those are all important pieces. For the Pacers, they found a way to transform into last year's playoff Pacers at the right time. They're back, playing with that pace. The offense just looks really good. Cavaliers, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. So I think the market, it was 9.5 maybe an hour ago. It's already dropped down to 7.5 at some shops. I think it's going in the right direction. And Indiana shot they shot I think they shot 50%, somewhere around there. They shot really good in that first game, and it barely squeaked over. I know they play with pace, but I think this Cleveland team could struggle to score. So I'll lean Indiana and Cavs team total under.
Love it. Love it. Timberwolves and Warriors. Listen, I think this is a rough series for the Warriors, but then again, I thought it was going to be a rough series for the Nuggets. then they go out and win the first game. I was talking with Gianni, the last 4 NBA games, the road underdog has won outright. So what do the Warriors do here? Are they able to take care of the Timberwolves, or is this just Anthony Edwards time?
Yeah, this is a tough one. You mentioned that Nugget situation yesterday. I mean, this is almost the same. Golden State coming off of a 7-game series. Meanwhile, Minnesota is well rested. They only played 5, and they're out the house here. Minnesota should be able to take advantage, in theory. But how much do we trust them? When I look at this Minnesota team, they were playing good basketball at the end of the season. My personal opinion, and you guys can disagree. You guys know what team I'm a fan of. I think that the Lakers were a little banged up. Luka, Reeves had an injury. LeBron had injuries. I think Minnesota was able to take advantage of that Lakers team. All year long, Minnesota hasn't been good in home favorite role. Golden State has been great as road dogs. So seeing them catching 6.5 points, I mean, this Golden State team is just like the Nuggets, like championship caliber players in, a team. I have a hard time going to the window and laying 6.5, regardless of the spot for Minnesota. So I think Golden State can hang in this one, and the market pushing the total up. Actually, I'll leave that alone. But I'll ask you this, Andy. You're the prop guy. What about what about Naz Reid? He's done pretty well versus Warriors team. I want to say he's gone over his points plus rebounds every single game versus them. He's averaging closer to 20 on the season. And you never know. Rudy Gobert could get played off the floor. He's hit it in 3 out of 5 playoff games so far. I'm liking Naz Reid, 15.5 points and rebounds.
You're right. It does come down to Rudy Gobert. They're hand in hand. It's like they both don't go over. It's like if Gobert gets in foul trouble or is worthless on the pick and rolls or, is dropping the ball every time Julius Randle throws it to him, which is one of my favorite dynamics when Rudy Gobert drops the ball, when Randle throws it to him, the look on Randle's face of just sheer disgust. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if Gobert gets played off the floor, it's Naz Reid over, and it's not even going to be close. Like you could over 3-pointers, over his rebounds, which I think are like 4.5, over his points. And he has a really good track record against Golden State, like you said. I like it. The other nice thing is on the domestic ski, you can live bet these props. And those are really, really powerful. If you see Gobert struggling and like Naz Reid has only played a few minutes or hasn't even come into the game yet, that's an absolute fire away on the live. I'm with you. I love Naz Reid. I can't believe he's kind of become the player that he's become. I mean, this guy's a legit weapon for the Timberwolves. So I like him in this series. I like him tonight. I think you're spot on with that one.
One more thing, Andy, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I know I'm not as long-winded as Adam, so I might have a couple more minutes.
Shots
But
fired.
but what about also? I was considering either. I mean, you said you love Nas Reed, so that makes me feel more confident. But what about DiVincenzo? He did used to play for this Warriors team. Like, there was those revenge games when he comes back and plays against them. He's played really well. He's been getting the volume, like 13 shots, 12 shots. He just hasn't been making them. I think he'll get volume tonight, and I believe his points were 9.5. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. For me, I want to see it first. He's definitely in a little bit of a slump. I just want to see I just want to see it once for him to break out of it. So it's, I think they've used the phrase on this show before, trying to catch a falling knife. I like to ride the positive trends. I don't like to try and catch a guy when he's coming out of a slump. So me
Makes
personally,
sense.
my betting style, I just want to see it one game. Now, if he has that big game and you see that confidence come back, yeah, he's a
There
play
you
on
go.
for the rest of the series. Skee, it's $5 Tuesday. What do you have up for everyone at WagerTalk?
So I have not put my play up. And the reason I have not done it is because it very likely could be a game that I love tomorrow. Like, that's what I'm really looking at in the NBA. I'm choosing between that or tennis. I did go 2-1-1 in overnight tennis. They have Rome.
Nice.
Qualifiers are over. So I'm debating between putting up tennis and NBA for tomorrow. So check it back on my page. I will have a $5 play up in an hour or so.